What's going on, everybody? Another Wednesday, another live stream. Smoking Joe, he got me to thinking. I saw he was watching himself on his big screen TV behind him. You guys want to see a loop of me back there? Like I could probably put the live stream on the TV, and that would be like Inception going on back there. All right, so let me say hi to everybody. I see Mr. Hockett, Smokehouse Syndicate, way out in Seattle. What's going on? My sister-in-law is actually out in Seattle currently. I wish I knew exactly where, but I saw that she was by the Space Needle. So anyway, Mr. Hockett, Baracho Barbecue, Eric, que te pasa? Sheldon Short, how are you doing this evening? Bottle Cap Barbecue, Bottle Cap, what's up? Grown Folks Network, we got Jimmy from Cuff and Stuff Barbecue, Grown Folks Network, and Rinse and Repeat. So, Eric B, how you doing? Greg, how are you doing today? I'm trying to keep up with the comments. So for whatever reason, the comments on my laptop pop up faster than they do on the screen on my phone. So I'm trying to keep up, but I want to get your guys. Well, actually, before I get ahead of myself, I want to take a moment. Thank you for being here. All right. Secondly, if you could go ahead and please hit that thumbs up button for me, I'd greatly appreciate it. Again, I say this all the time and every week during every live stream. Not only does it make me feel better about myself, it really does help me and my channel. Help this video and my channel for you to give a thumbs up. So if you could take a moment and do that, I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, let's see. Sean, how you doing this evening? Tyler, how are you, sir? I don't have an iPhone. Pimp Your Grill. I kind of did a Pimp Your Grill thing, and you know what's funny? I filmed something for um, Baby Back Maniac Justin, and he never aired what I sent him. Yeah, I was kind of bummed about that because I busted my hump. I busted my tail when I saw the first video. Like I went out and filmed something that afternoon or that very next evening, and he never aired it. Yeah, I was rather bummed. And the worst part is I busted my hump because I really wanted him to get that up and out because that was like right when I was at about like 92 or 9,500 subscribers and I was trying to cross over that 10,000 subscriber threshold. Team Loud Q, how you doing this evening? Hopefully you got your vacuum sealer working. Smoking Goodness, how you doing this evening? Was mine on it? I didn't get to see the whole thing. All right, well, then there you go. I sent him that months ago. Months ago. But that's what's up. That's what's up. I'm pretty stoked about that. I didn't get the chance. I started watching a little bit of it and then I had to get up and cook dinner. So I didn't even get a chance to finish watching it. Cool, I guess. I will let's just see here. I guess I gotta go watch it right now. I hadn't. I usually watch my videos like coffee first thing in the morning. So let's see. Put you in a table. Yep, this is Dash. I'm from Sous. You know what's so funny is I started watching this and then I had to stop and I didn't get to finish watching it. So I take back anything nice I didn't or anything mean I started to say. I wasn't being mean, but still I was bummed. I really wanted this to. I busted my tail to get that video done in hopes of getting that bump to 10,000. Anyway, that's what's up. Raul, how you doing? Wade, how you doing? He aired piece today. Highlight whoever is still prep table. Well, that's what's up, Mr. Hockett. So let's think about this. It is October. I think I sent him that back in May or June. So it has been quite a while. Ernest Fitzpatrick, how are you doing this evening? Yeah. Spanky, how you doing this evening? Oh, well, Kent says happy birthday again. Happy belated birthday. If you guys don't remember or don't know, my birthday was actually on Monday. I turned, who knows how old I turned? All right, let's see if anybody is paying attention. I got a piece today. Grown Fools Network says, I know it would be very hard work to do, but could you do a video on creating a smoker? So the problem is I've done videos, and the only smokers that I do I'm capable of doing as of now pretty much with the tools that I have available to me. Creating a smoker. All right. With the tools that I have, I really can only make those basic ones. Oh, whoa. Daggone, Eric, good looking. Uh, Good looking. I tried it again, still not working. I'm just gonna buy a new one. All right, that's what's up. Wade, thank you so very much. Derek Chapman, how are you doing, sir? 32, 41, 36. Nope. 32, 41, 36. He's a brick. I'm good, man. Can't nata. All right. It was my birthday yesterday. Well, Tyler, see, this is why you are in good company, and you and I are friends. Libras will unite. That the 15th. So happy birthday, birthday neighbor. All right. Yeah, 39, guys. I am 39. Troy says, hey, Dash, happy birthday. Thank you very much, Troy. All right. Derek says he'll be 31 on the 19th. Taste tester number 3, her birthday is on the 25th. Space Ghost says hello from San Diego. Jose, what's going on, man? You can say hi. All right, so we've been here for a couple minutes. Usually the first 10 minutes we talk, introduce and introductions and say hi to everybody. Thank you, Ernest. I appreciate that. But I'm going to click play on this video. If you haven't watched Justin, the Baby Back Maniacs video, then watch it. All right. Oh, you know who else? East Coast Tony. I saw his smoker in the mix on this. So I was pretty excited about that. I knew I had to get back and watch it. I just hadn't got a chance to yet. But let's see.
This is cool. And now the dash can't be cool as barbecue. His grilling area like a boss.
Oh.
And Ken writes in with the coolest barbecue related story I think I've ever heard. But first, when Dash can't get what he needs from Weber, he takes matters into his own hands. Stay out of this man's way. He may just put you in a table.
Hey, yo, this is Dash, and I'm from Silver Smokers Barbecue. But enough about me. I want to talk to you guys really quickly about my Weber kettle here.
So that was even before we named the Weber kettle Charlotte. So that's how long ago that was.
The one that comes with a table and a nice stand and everything like that. Unfortunately, when I bought mine, I bought it off of Craigslist secondhand. It was new in the box, but it was missing one very vital thing: the hardware. I reached out to Weber twice over the course of about 8 months. They never sent anything, so I took it upon myself. I bought a stainless steel prep table from Sam's. I cut a hole out of the table. I got the grill to sit down, and I don't have it anchored in here because this is pretty much going to be a permanent fixture right where it is. One of the things that I'm having a little bit of trouble with, 1 pound bottle connects here.
Oh, and then look at me. I'm famous. I think you should roll out for a barbecue bash. Ooh, Raul. Man, we shall see. All right, well, Victor, thank you very much for checking in. Just keep your ears on, good buddy. Mason, Tyler's just 32. He says he feels old. Maybe it's just wise. Man, shoot, I probably have more gray hairs than you are old. Talking about 32. 29, November 14th. Feeling like it was just a stream yesterday for his 28th this year. It's gone by so fast. Shoot. Man, I like to see more versus videos, blind taste tests, rubs, smokers, cooking methods, if possible. All right, so let's see. Versus cooks. I like that. Blind taste tests. I'm trying to get this down before blind taste tests. rubs, smokers, and cooking methods. All right, that's pretty dope. So I really want to say, Jose, thank you very much. Lou Calamadas, how you doing this evening, sir? I came up with Charlotte. You might be right, Eric. I do not remember exactly who the name was attributed to, but yes. Lou is funny. So I talked to Lou the other day. He had a question and I helped him out with something. And as as I picked up the phone and I'm like, hey, yo, what's up? He starts singing the intro music. Let's see. Bottle Cap says, I felt famous when Daddy Dutch, Justin, if he was me on CJ's live stream from VidCon. So that's what's going on. It is VidCon. I didn't realize VidCon was in October. I thought VidCon was over the summer. Mega Boombox says, hello and happy birthday, fellow Libra. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Really like the live cooking video. All right. I cannot guarantee that that'll happen very much more often. Live cook. That was rather difficult and pretty stressful, to be completely honest with you. It was me, then my wife chimed in. You're absolutely right, Eric. You know what? I think you are right that you said Charlotte. And she said she also voted for Charlotte too. Troy says mainly cooking methods of different cuts of meat, some dope sides too. I mainly watch for inspiration. All right, so we got another one for methods. We'll put like a hash mark for methods there. All right, Sean says I like the live stream you did on the big smoker. Yep, I knew when I did that I was going to be opening up a can of worms, but I did not have a topic to talk about, and I knew I had to get something done. So it was one of those things where, out of necessity, I kind of fired up the grill and did that whole start of the process. But it was a lot to have that. It was a lot to have that. To be able to be done, because I had to have everything prepared ahead of time in order to make that happen. So it was rather stressful. And then, like I said, I tried to start that cook a little earlier, and then I ended up having to do some work. Like, I got a call from work. So Kirk says, hey, yo, what's happening, y'all? I understand that you were bummed about not getting your table video earlier. I understand it's only been a couple of weeks, but I'm getting impatient on what Harry might show in his vid. While we have a celebrity in our midst, by proxy, I guess. So Victor actually had and hosted Harry Sous. So when Harry Sous, so if you're not subscribed or watching Harry Sous, keep your eyes out, keep your eyes peeled. But one of our very own, the barbecue family here, the SDS fam, hosted Harry Sous and took him fishing. So I thought that was pretty dope. So Victor, yeah, hopefully yours won't take, your video won't take a few months, but let's see. All right, Mr. Hawkins says he wants to see more of Taste Tester #1 in his base. All right. With the base. Maybe I'll let him start uploading YouTube videos. He's chomping at the bit to do that. All right, Victor, thank you very much. Sean, I am good. Sean R, watching smokers get fired up or cleaned. You want to actually watch me clean the smokers? Baracho Barbecue. I see what you did there. I got you. I got you. Maybe some comparison cooks. Maybe same cook on different cookers. All right. All right. Same meat. Different cookers. I'm just trying to get some ideas like banked for during the winter when the catering kind of slows down for me. All right, yo, no yawning, please. Okay, so speaking of yawning, this is what I did. So I came prepared tonight because I know what I'm going to be drinking. All right, so I got a Rockstar there. And well, Jimmy, where are you, sir? Where's Jimmy at? Jimmy sent something to me, and I have to do this right. Ooh, crap, I almost knocked my shot glass off the counter. All right, Kirk says, "Tis creeping on some colder weather. Time for some cold smoking." Yep. Yeah. Jimmy says, "Live cooks are fun for us, but probably not so much for me." Yeah, there's a lot of preparation in that live cook. Not so much what I want to see, but without being too direct, I want to know is why you start barbecuing aside from your actual job, how much your goal is to make per month, and your long-term goal. All right, so Duck Papa, let's pause, because tonight, we're kind of, I'm not gonna say it's an ask me anything type thing. Shot glass. Now, this Jimmy sent me some high test. All right, and I know better than drinking high test straight. So I'm gonna put 1 shot, 2 shots into the high test into my cup here. All right, into my cup, and then I'm going to put the rest. Is going to be this Rockstar, sugar-free, of course. Then I'm going to clean the glass out a little. And yeah, I'm going to take a high test shot. Ooh. Jimmy, this is for you, buddy. Thank you very much. Salud. Definitely high test. High test. It's like race fuel right there. All right. I know I'm a city boy, Jimmy, but hopefully I did all right. Okay, so Duck Papa, let me try to answer this as quickly and concisely as possible. Only after you leave a thumbs up, though. So, how I got into doing barbecue on the side. So what ended up happening was, for work, I got sent to Texas. I came back from Texas and couldn't get brisket the way that I got it in Texas. And I think I've detailed and started talking about this in one of the frequently asked questions videos. But I'm going to try to, again, answer this quickly and concisely. I couldn't get the barbecue back. I couldn't get the barbecue here. Once I got back here, I kept trying and testing and trying and testing and trying and testing. I finally got to the point where I was getting very good and consistent with my barbecue, and my folks, my family, my friends were enjoying it. And then it got to the point where someone said to me, I would pay for this. I would buy this from you. Okay. And I'm like, okay, well, me being the entrepreneur, I don't really say entrepreneur. I was more of the enterprising is what I would say. So I saw an opportunity, and the opportunity was to make a little money on the side, doing something that I like doing. I was having fun doing it, so I did that. It was a part-time thing. So from 2013, 2014 is when the middle of 2013 was kind of when I was just like really finalizing everything, getting everything together. And then I got to the point where people were asking me if they could buy stuff for me or if I would cook for them and other things like that. And then 2014 was when I actually launched my barbecue company. Okay. 2014, I was working full time. I got, at the end of 2004, working full time, did the barbecue part time, was selling food to my coworkers and friends and other stuff like that. At the end of 2014, 2015, I got laid off. Was it? Yeah, it was at the end of 2014, I got laid off. 2015, I worked for myself. I started working for myself, and I did barbecue full time. I did barbecue full time for a year and a half. So that's where I leveled up, and I got a lot of experience because at that point it was I had to make this amount of money every single week in order to pay for my daughter to go to daycare. And I had to pay for my cell phone bills to be taken care of. I had to put fuel in the car. I had to put food on the table. And that was a must have. At this point, it's not the same way because of the fact that I'm working full time and I'm doing the barbecue more or less part time again. And I do it as a hobby to you know, as a means to have some fun money, some extra spending money, or just to take care of people who have, you know, hit me up and done different things in the past, I'm not pressed. All of my bills are being taken care of, and any extra money, you know, anything else that I do as far as making money on the side is just that, and it's mad money. It's just extra money. Long term goal, I would like to set up and have a barbecue spot, but that's probably, you know, 5 to 7 years down the line. Um, I know I won't be able to do something like that while my kids are still in school. So yeah, not unless something falls in my lap. I'll never say never, but I'm not planning on doing something like that really soon. Grown Folks Network says it has been a while since I've done a lessons learned video. The reason being is most of the time those lessons learned videos come from lessons learned. Indeed, those lessons learned videos come from on-site cooks and things like that. Like a sit down information video. Well, I can't really give you an information video on how I kind of got started because I fell into it. But I tell you, I did answer that question specifically in a decent amount of detail in the FAQ. There's a FAQ playlist, a frequently asked questions playlist, and in that playlist, I did actually answer a lot of those questions. All right, so I'm like 10 or 15. I'm like 10 minutes behind. So let me catch up. King Golath. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. John from Drive Crash is cold smoking. Cold smoking. All right, I think that's pretty cool. Well, yeah, what Grown Folk Network said. I know it has been a while. All right, Jimmy. Oh, Tyler, please do not threaten me with a good time. You know I will take that to the head on the live stream. Please, please, please. Fall and winter pickups for me. People can't handle the cold and can't see. I know, man, Eric. I know, but you know it's kind of crazy. Like people, I don't know. I like the number of events that I get in a month will slow down. All right, Eric says cheers. Jimmy says he'll never doubt a second time. All right, so Eric says you don't have to send out your recipe, but why not give the option to sell what you use as a rub? Because I have a doctored rub that I purchased off the shelf. And reason being is because I want that consistency, and there is no consistency better than me getting something off of the shelf, doctoring it up slightly, and using that. That's it. I watched so Smoking Bears, man. How you doing? Oh my gosh, man. I told myself, Lee, there we go. Lee, how are you, sir? I'm like, I know the name, but sometimes putting the name to the username. Anyway, Lee, how you doing this evening, man? Thank you very much for popping in and hanging out. You know what I didn't see today, Lee? Did you not put up a Cast Iron Wednesday video? Maybe I missed it. But I've been kind of busy at work today, and I edited a video today while I was, trying to get some things done, and I had some stuff to catch up on. Anyway, maybe I missed it. I'm like behind on videos. I'm behind. Dexter, what's going on, man? It's been a minute. How you doing, sir? When you sell ribs, do you deliver wrapped in foil, or would you suggest a vacuum bag and tell them to reheat in water? All right, so Bottle Cap Barbecue. Whenever I usually sell ribs, I sell anything for that matter. Goliath. Sorry. It was one of those things where when I read it, I was like, but wait, what? Anyway, so when I sell any food, I typically try to put it into a container that someone can put into the oven and warm up. So I do not put anything in vacuum seal bags, with the exception of anything that I'm mailing to someone. I will vacuum seal that typically, and that's also because it gets frozen. But for the most part, I don't wrap in aluminum foil. I'll put things in aluminum catering pans, or half catering pans, or full catering pans. And it's one of those things where, boom, you can pop it right into the oven. You can warm it up, or into like a warming rack and keep it warm. All right. All right, Lee. Well, I'm like, I was digging. What was it last week that you did? It was like was it muffins? I can't remember what it was, but I was like, ooh, it was something. And sometimes I can be hypercritical. Uh, but it was a thing. Oh, so I just took notice that you made mention of the fact that you preheated your cast iron. I think it was like a muffin pan or something. You took note that you preheated it, but then you took a while to put all of the ingredients into. Like what I would have suggested, and what I was going to suggest at the time, it was just one of those things where I was busy doing, like, running a report, doing something in Excel while I was watching your video, and I was trying to get my thought down and make sure my formula was working properly, and I never got the comment. But what I wanted to tell you was, try to have your ingredients and everything else prepared ahead of time so that you can take advantage of your cast iron being preheated and be a little more efficient. That was all. But other than that, man, I'm digging the cast iron stuff. You're making me want to buy more cast iron stuff, and that's not a good thing because I don't have places or spaces for more cast iron stuff. Thank you, Spanky. Robert Spangle from Spanky's Barbecue says, "You're looking good." Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Making me feel good. You ever had an option of cooking a whole hog? No. So Eric, and I was saying something to this extent earlier today. I guess someone watched that video with me doing the brisket for the first time, or they just heard me say that I don't eat pork. Just because I don't eat pork doesn't mean I do not cook pork for the house. It's a medical thing for me, so I just don't eat it. I was, trying to change my ways, do some diet stuff, and I have just never gone back on that pork bandwagon. And it's not that I won't eat pork, I just choose not to. So it's just one of those things where I'm hypersensitive to it now. Like, I don't like coconut. It's not that I don't like pork or I don't like bacon or something like that. I think it's cheating because everyone wants to put bacon in everything. Excuse me. And two, I don't think, I think that certain ingredients need to stand on their own and certain things just need to stand on their own. And, that's that. That's that. All right, let's see. Kirby Q says, "What's up? How you doing this evening, sir?" But Eric, to try to further answer your question, the reason why I haven't done a whole hog is, again, who is going to eat it? All right. There are 5 of us in my household, and even if I get like a 25 or 30-pound suckling pig, what am I going to do with all of that? All right. I just haven't had the opportunity to do one. I have had people ask about it, but whole hogs are not very common, not very popular in Baltimore, Maryland. Really, they aren't. I just got done catering for 224 people at a local business. Well, that's what's up, Brandon. How did everything go? So tell me something that went wrong tonight, Brandon. There's always something that goes wrong. All right, so Conrad says, thoughts on sous vide and grilling. I love my sous vide for certain things, okay, and I love grilling for certain things. You should know by now that you can't grill everything. Like one of the things I say you cannot grill is you can't grill ribs. You can't grill baby back ribs. And I'm like, I'm a staunch believer of the fact that ribs need to be cooked low and slow to get them done right. And I'm like, fight me, okay? But sous vide has its place. It's one of those things where you can sous vide a lot of things well, and you can, prepare a lot of things via sous vide well, but there are certain things that just do not, like, sous vide doesn't carry well on or with. King Live, I was just telling my wife I need to catch up on you live, and I was late, but then I'm here. Got a food trailer that I've been working on for a few months now. Goliath, where are you? And are you on Instagram? Because I've been following a couple people from that have been working on food trailers. Like, they've gotten their food trailer at the middle of the end of the summer, and they're pretty much planning on working on them throughout the winter and getting them ready to try and be set up by like spring or early summer. Alex from Boston, what's going on? Hey, Alex, we talked. I sent you an invoice Alex, I think Alex, you want me to make you a smoker, right? What happened, man? You make the deposit. I'll get started. Uh, all right. So Grown Force Network says you only did one video where you did a catering event from start to finish. I noticed because this is how I discovered you. How about another one from buying to selling? And you know what? I can update it. Start to finish. All right, I can't promise you anything because I kind of have to have the right event in order to do that. That particular event, because of the fact that I was cooking as much as I was cooking, and I was cooking everything, I knew that I could do that. But I can't guarantee it. But I will keep it on the back burner. But I can tell you that me cooking and doing a video of me cooking, it added a lot of time and a lot of it was difficult, but I can't promise you anything, but I will try. I will definitely try. Um Eric, you know what? It didn't look bad, man. Shoot, it looked better than any pig I've ever cooked. So I think you're good. Um Jay, all right, well, sorry to hear that, but you know, always here in spirit. Bottle caps is bacon and seasoning. All right, I like that. I will accept that. I never thought of it that way because, but like people cook with bacon a little bit too much, in my opinion. They use it more as a crutch than anything. I think. Troy says bacon is life. Jay says, "What's up, barbecue fam?" If you didn't see that, do I do steaks? Yeah, I do steaks. Not all the time. I wish I could afford to cook more steaks. Let's put it that way. I mean, I tell you guys, and I'm being completely honest. YouTube is not making me rich. I'm not getting rich at this point. YouTube is still like in the hobby stages where, yeah, I'm making a couple dollars, but I am by no means getting rich. And I try to put some of the money, like some of the money that I make off of YouTube. I mean, basically at this point, it pays my cell phone bill. Now, mind you, my cell phone bill is a lot higher than most because I do have an unlimited data plan. I have multiple unlimited data plans because on my bill, there's 4 phones, and I'm paying for like a lease on 3 of the 4 phones or two of the 4 phones. So I mean, it's one of those things where I'm paying a decent amount of money for my cell phone bill. Yeah. So YouTube basically pays my cell phone bill at this point. But I do steaks, Derek. Actually, I was just thinking about some steaks yesterday. That I haven't done steaks in a while. The video that you're going to see tomorrow actually does include 2 separate cooks that I did with some steaks. I received something in the mail, and I talked about something I received in the mail previously. And I'm not trying to give the video away, but you know what? If you are a patron, did you know, as a patron of mine, you're not only supporting the channel, okay? You're not only supporting me, you have early access to the videos. Almost every single video, probably 9 out of 10 of the videos, I get them and give access to the patrons earlier than I give access to the general YouTube channel. So there's something to think about. If you would like to support, you can support and become a patron for as little as like $3 a month. I think I have a $3 a month tier, a $5 a month tier, and a $10 a month tier. So if you wanted to help support the channel and me and what I do, please consider joining and becoming a patron. All right, so let's see. Eric says a cook mom for a bunch of Samoan friends for the Raiders Chiefs game, and we will not talk about who won, but it turned out amazing. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Let's see. Ha! Can I do a review of the new charcoal flavored pellets from Pit Boss. Funny you say that. I did actually pick up a bag of those pellets. Man, I guess it's been about a week ago now. So charcoal, if I can spell charcoal correctly, CHARCOAL, Pit Boss pellets. But that one is definitely on the list. And I actually have a pork shoulder in the refrigerator that I need to cook. Sous vide, is it really cute? Well, sous vide isn't necessarily barbecue, but the torching afterward, I guess it could be considered grilling. What do I think? What do I think about grilling ribs in an open pit? So grilling ribs on an open pit is, it's one of those things where it's kind of like six in one hand, half a dozen in the other. Because to me, if you're grilling on an open pit, then you're probably cooking at a lower temperature than you would be if you were grilling. Um, so are you really grilling, or are you or is it barbecue because you're doing low and slow? To me, and we've had this argument on the live stream once or twice before. To me, barbecue, the difference between barbecue and grilling is not indirect versus or direct versus indirect. It is the temperature in which you are cooking. If you are cooking low and slow, to me, that is barbecue. But other people have other opinions, and it is what it is. Let's see. How about a vacuum sealed video? I have friends that want their barbecue vacuum sealed and portions for later dates. So Eric, I do that as well. I have friends that have requested me to do that. Funny enough, my uncle came down to my house this weekend, and he and his fiance wanted 2 legs of lamb and 5 pounds of brisket. His fiance said, "Can you vacuum seal the brisket for me in 2.5 pound packages so that I can, put it in the freezer and we can kind of pull it out, a little later?" I'm like, "Cool, no problem." So yes, I do that as well, but I do that more for friends and family than I do for people who are actually ordering food. Also, and you guys have seen me vacuum seal things like for my aunt. My aunt pretty much will do the same thing where she'll order like 5 to 7 pounds of brisket, but she'll ask me, "Hey, can you put it in like 1.5 pound or 2 pound packs so that she can kind of pull it out and get some brisket when she has company." One of those deals. She has a friend that really likes my brisket. Never got it. All right, Alex, we're gonna have to talk offline. You got you got the digits. I'll maybe I fat fingered the email address, but I was gonna wait a week and then reach out to you because I hadn't heard anything. Let's see. All right, Alex. Yeah. Tyler says suggestions. Do your cutting boards. Don't slip on the granite. Use some rubber cabinet liners under the cutting board. So one of the things about that, Tyler, is I don't want to get those things wet. So usually I really don't, the cutting boards moving around, they bother you guys way more than they bother me because I've been dealing with it as long as I have been. And I really have been doing the paper towel, the wet paper towel thing. But I tell you what, most of the time what ends up happening is I put a piece of foil down, I put the cutting board down, I put whatever it is I'm cutting on the cutting board, and by the time I'm into it, I forget and I start seeing it moving around or it's jumping or dancing. I'm like, daggone, I didn't put a paper towel down. And that's usually what it is. It really, it's funny, but it bothers you guys more than it bothers me. Unfortunately, and it seems like every video someone suggests, hey, put a wet paper towel down, hey, put a wet towel down, like a wash rag or something down. And I mean, it's just one of those things where I'm moving so fast that I really just don't remember to do it. One of the other things too, I kind of leave the bow in the cutting board because I need to get a new one. I've had and used that cutting board for quite a few years, and it has withstood the test of time. You guys see how clean that cutting board is. I do scrape it pretty much every other time I use that cutting board. So it's got I've gotten my money's worth out of it. I just haven't taken care of it yet. All right, King Goliath says he lives in Columbus, Georgia, but he originally from South Florida. All right. Jay is funny. He says, make a tri-tip video. He'll sponsor it. Huh. Uh, King Goliath 90 on Instagram. I can't say that. Underscore? Nope. GOLIATH_90. All right. I will try to look you up afterward. Same reason I don't do a video on my comps. I don't have the time. Bottle cap, man, it was one of those things, man. When you get into the groove and you're starting to moving and shaking, for me to have to, and oh my gosh, man. I tell you what, I'm going to be re-releasing the video, and one of the proudest videos I've done was that brisket ASMR video. Okay, I spent so much time on that video. You guys have no idea how much wasted and dead time and space and me running behind the camera and moving the camera and walking a specific way and making sure that I was quiet. That video took forever for me to shoot. And that has to be one of my favorite videos that I've ever done, and the videos are crap. Or the views are crap. And there's nothing against you guys. It's just the videos that I think are like, oh my gosh, this is like my best work, get crap views, and the videos where I kind of like not throw something together, but I hastily film something are the ones that will get 2,000 views in 2 or 3 weeks, versus like the one about the beans. That video has like 500 views on it, and it is what it is. I guess it's just not, and it, I don't know. I can't call it. Okay. But my videos have been doing well. I've been doing, upward trajectory. So I'm not complaining about views or anything like that. It's just there's some videos that I would love for them to do better. So Spanky says, can I believe the guys at Sous everything got 1 million subs? Yes, I can. But to me, I'm kind of bored with their content, and I'll tell you why. I have a sous vide, and the main things that I use the sous vide for, that's it. I can't justify sous videing some of the things that they are sous videing. Like, Guga made ramen the other day. Okay. You made noodles and soup and used broth from pork shoulder that you sous vide. Like, I understand where he got that from, but the pork loin or the pork belly that he rolled up and kind of made like a cinnamon roll. That was, to me, that was a bit of a stretch. Like, I mean, yeah, he sous vide it, but again, you made ramen, but your whole, I don't know, I can't explain it, but it was a bit of a stretch for me. Again, I can be really critical. I don't watch Google Food's channel. I just don't. I don't. I'll be completely honest. All right, so Mr. Hawkins says, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Grown Fools Network says, this is a suggestion. If you get a better, or for lack of a better word, mic, can you move around and keep working, talking without stopping to address us? That may take the pressure off of you. So the reason why I stopped to kind of address you guys on a live stream, and are you talking about the live stream or like in a video? Because my whole thing is I want to teach you guys something, okay? And I try to subtly teach you guys how to fish in almost every one of my videos. I could just cook, but the whole thing is I'm not here to give you a recipe. You guys, if you guys noticed in the brisket video, the beans video, I didn't give you a hard and fast recipe that says use this amount of onions, use this amount of peppers. I said, hey, I put some green peppers in there. I put some green onions in there. And the only thing I did tell you the exact amount, and that wasn't even exact. I said, hey, I used a heaping half cup of sugar. That wasn't a recipe. That was just me saying, well, I knew someone was going to say, well, how much sugar did you put in there? All right, or brown sugar rather. And how much brisket did I put in there? I just kind of use some of the trimmings. Like, oh, hey, this piece looks good. That piece looks good. I'll put it into the pot. I mean, it was a concept video, proof of concept more than it was a recipe. So I try to give you guys more of a technique to follow, and I will talk more about the technique, or give you a reason why I'm doing something, and hopefully it resonates with you and you can understand and use that, for your benefit. um just got off some good home cooked and a beer ready for me. That's what's up, man. Man, I wish. What do you ever think of each of Cosmo's rubs? So, Sean, I'm still working through those rubs, and I think I've talked about this before. It took me a while to get my not my favorite, but it took me a while to get the seasonings and to get to cook things the way that I cook things. And when I deviate from that, it's amazing how much pushback I get from my wife and kids. Not to say that I'm a Cosmos Q stuff is bad. Not to say that I don't like Cosmos Q stuff. It's different. And the major difference that I found in Cosmos Q stuff is it's sweeter than I like. And I've made no bones about it. Nothing wrong with that if that's what you're into. I'm just not into that real sweet barbecue stuff. But I tell you, when I've done the SCA events, the Steel Cook-Off Association events, apparently his seasoning is what everybody likes. So I've used his seasoning, and I went from dead last to middle of the pack the last time I did an event. Next best thing, I am doing just fine. Next best thing, it's funny. I was looking at the It's Incredible seasoning today, and I almost pulled it out and was going to use it on some fish, but my wife kiboshed that cook, and I actually did some beef shanks in the Instapot. I mean, like, stuff like that, I cook all the time. I just don't film everything because I feel like a lot of times when I film something that's not barbecue, that's not on the grill, that's not really interesting, I feel like it's not going to give views. And the whole point is for me to grow my channel. And if I'm not doing things that are tickling the right buttons, that are checking the right boxes, I'm like, I can't put the effort. I can't waste my time. Okay. All right. Lee, that's what's up. Smoke Meats Instagram. Huh. Rob Perez, how you doing this evening? When I was running the barbecue business, the days I thought I would be busy were duds, and the days I didn't expect anything were out of the ordinary crazy. And you know what? You're absolutely right, Chuck. There is no, like, you can't expect, and I don't have expectations. I try not to have expectations, because when you set up expectations, then you set yourself up for failure. So I try to exceed expectations by, under promising and over delivering. That's a pillar of what I do. The Rich Flavor says, I use sous vide to make my steaks, and that's about it. I agree. I love the steaks when they come out of sous vide, because they are cooked perfect. And the picanha coming out of sous vide, oh my gosh, it is perfect. But there are other things I want to do with sous vide, and I'm like, I don't want to turn the sous vide into a one-trick pony. Hopefully you understand what I mean. I wanted to do more than that. Let's see. Sheldon, no problem, man. No problem. Handyman, I saw you earlier, and I was in the middle of saying something, and I didn't say hi. Thank you so very much for checking in. Tony, what's going on, man? I know you were up here a little while ago. I missed you, man. I missed you. Definitely, I missed you. When you come through, we gotta hang out, man. Like, I don't want to just, talk to you about that. We gotta hang out, because I know we can bounce ideas off of each other, because we're in similar places, just in different spaces. All right, so Nostalgia Gamer 123 says, what TV do I watch? To be completely honest with you, I do not watch much TV. Between YouTube and trying to film for YouTube and edit for YouTube. I watch a lot more YouTube than anything. But what's completely counterintuitive, most people don't understand, is I watch a lot more car stuff on YouTube. I'm a big car guy. You guys have seen, some of you guys have seen my videos of me going down to Ocean City and hanging out with my car friends. My car friends are actually what got me into doing the barbecue. They are the ones that pushed me into doing barbecue, to selling it. So you can thank them. One of my car friends is the reason why I started putting barbecue videos on YouTube, because he asked and had some questions about, he was trying to impress his father-in-law with grilling. And I was like, you know what? You know what I can do? As opposed to me trying to tell you how to do this over the phone, I'm going to put it into a video and put it on YouTube. And that's what got me restarted into doing YouTube. Those of you guys who have been around for a while know that I used to do videos on, like I used to do, and I talk about it from time to time. I used to do these "Don't You Hate It When" videos. And it's like, don't you hate it when you're sitting in front of an audience and your foot falls asleep and you need to get up, but you just can't because your foot is asleep? And it's like, people like, yeah, man, I hate when that happens. I hate when that happens to me too. Or, don't you hate it when you knock something off a table and you have to contemplate whether you're going to be able to bend down and pick it up? Yeah. It's my coworker and I were talking about this today. You walk down the street, and if you walk down as a kid, oh my God, you see a penny, you pick it up. As an adult, you're like, man, that's a penny. Screw that penny. I ain't picking up. I'm better to pick that up because I'm gonna have a hard time getting back up. Now, if it's like a quarter, a dollar, like one of those golden dollars, yeah, I'll bend over for that. Or a $20 bill, a bill. But man, screw your penny. I ain't picking you up. You be there for the next person. One of those things. I used to do those videos, and I was getting good at doing those videos. I had a little bit of a following growing, and I mean, yeah, I just kind of fell out of it. All right, so let's see. Nostalgia Gamer I is suck at movies. I do not watch very many movies because, as jacked up as my sleep schedule is, and how little sleep I actually get when I sit still in the movie theater, unfortunately, like, probably 7 or 8 times out of 10, I fall asleep during a movie. And it could be a good movie too, and I will still end up falling asleep. Any lulling movie, I'm asleep. But I do tell you, I will on the weekends, I will binge watch on Netflix because I can sit through that. Those are small enough doses usually. Like, I just actually finished watching Raising Dion. Anybody watch Raising Dion? Anybody want to talk about that? Let's see. Conrad, I've heard the sous vide is the best way to reheat food. So yes, I will give you that. I use the sous vide to reheat something, but I'll tell you, there's pros and cons on using the sous vide. When you cook at a higher heat, your food is racing to get up to the temperature. Okay? And what ends up happening is you usually drop the temperature off, and then the food will continue to cook, and it'll carry over, and then it'll go like this, and then it'll slow down in cooking. When you have cooking at sous vide and you bring your food up to sous vide temperature, as soon as you remove the heat, the temperature's going to fall off. And that is one of the most major things that no one really talks about when cooking with sous vide. And that is the biggest problem that my wife has when I cook with sous vide. The food isn't hot enough for her. She's one of those people that she wants to eat something and it has to burn her mouth. I'm not that way. I don't care. I'm like, oh, my shrimp is lukewarm. Okay, I can eat it all without burning my mouth. And she's like, nah, I want it to burn my mouth. I'm like, why? Why torture yourself like that? She's like, because that's how it feels right. What? I just let it go. But that's the one thing that people don't talk about. Yeah. Part of the fun of cooking is developing your own tastes and techniques in order to make something really taste. It is an art and a science. Troy, you're absolutely correct. Duck Papa says largest party served. That largest party served was that video where I talked about cooking for like 300 people. Yeah. All right. So Conrad says on a barbecue forum, they were wondering if you could smoke a brisket until 140 degrees, then sous vide it for 12 hours, hold it at that temp like Franklin does his briskets, and finish it the next day. I don't see why not, comrade. The only problem with that is, what I would suggest is you would look Guga. Speaking of sous vide, has definitely sous vide briskets, and I tell you, I will be completely honest with you. I commented on this video, and I'm like, I waved the BS flag. I was like, there's no way, no way, no way, and I just haven't done it for myself. Now, I said I was gonna do it, and I just haven't done it. Again, you know, my channel isn't big enough, and I don't have a high enough amount of disposable income to just sit and experiment with like a $50 piece of meat every week or 2 times a week. I can't. I cannot. So with that being said, a lot of the times the cooks that I'm doing, the cooks that I'm showcasing, the cooks that I'm showing you guys are food that is actually for someone because they paid for it, and I can show you, hey, you know what? Let me do this thing a little bit different and show you a different technique on this. Let me do this a slightly different way and show you a different technique on that. Okay? But I have not, I mean, I just don't have the disposable income to just not throw it away, but to be experiment on stuff. Like that brisket I did from Frozen, I was kicking myself that I did that brisket. And though, you know, I really didn't pay much for that brisket in the end, it did not turn out the way that I wanted it to turn out, and I was upset. Like, yo, I was upset. Yeah, Tony, man, we got to get together and just link and you know, shoot the stuff. The Rich Flavor says I'm doing a picanha this weekend for the first time. Any suggestions on temp and seasoning? So seasoning, crystal rock salt. Okay, that's the best advice I can give you. Fresh ground black pepper. If you have a pepper mill, then use it. If you don't, then just use some you know, ground black pepper, coarse ground black pepper if you have it. If not, then just don't use like the stuff that you use off the table. That's too fine, and it won't give you that pepper punch. And then, to be completely honest, granulated garlic. Those are the 3 things that you need on that picanha, and that is it. Do not overdo it as far as using too many complicated seasonings. I am like, I'll use the seasonings that I use, or I'll use salt, pepper, and garlic. SPG, call it done. As far as temperature, the doneness on your picanha, I shoot for 140 degrees. Okay. Some people are like, oh my God, that's overcooked. Dog, I like my steaks medium. Okay. Fight me. All right. You can pick and choose however you like your steaks. But I like my steaks at medium. And if you're going to be doing it on a sous vide, or if you're going to be smoking it and grilling it, I'd say err on the side of caution and pull it off earlier than overcooking it, because it's steak and you don't want to overcook it. Let's see. Sheldon says, I just ordered a smoker from Deep South Cookers, GC60. All right. Chuck, you're absolutely right. Chuck Chuck has been with me for quite a while. And he said that he's seen some monster truck videos. Mimi Keel says she's seen 3 episodes of Raising Dion. Now, I'll be completely honest with you. If you don't have or don't know, Raising Dion is a Netflix series. And I tell you what, it took like 5 episodes for me to really be like, okay, this is getting good to the point where I don't want to go to sleep. But once I start watching something, it's really hard for me to stop watching it, because I'm like, I've already invested this time into it. And I usually give a new series, a new show, 2, maybe 3 episodes before I stop watching it. Or I'm like, all right, I can't deal with this. Gerald Lee says, that's why I listen to you, just to hear you talk about cooking and keeping it real, and learn something at the same time. Gerald, thank you very much, man. I really do appreciate it. And I tell you, I do try and impart some, and I say this again, I feel like I say the same thing all the time. I want to level you up. I want to level you guys up, because it took me 7 years. It took me 7 years to get my brisket right. And if I can help somebody get their brisket better, then it might not be right. But if I can help someone get their brisket better, faster than 7 years, and a whole lot more wasted time and wasted energy and wasted this or wasted that, because I know there were plenty of times where I could have given up, and I probably should have given up, but I didn't. and I want to help someone level their brisket up before they get to the point where they give up. Lou Calamadas, man, no need to thank me. Lou says, thanks again for the help over the weekend. Dash, much appreciated. Go get yourself a 6-pack or put it towards some clear. LOL, thanks. You're absolutely correct. Not correct. You're absolutely, Lou, nothing to it. Nothing to it, man. I'm gonna, woo. All right. We got high test. So hour 2. I'm not putting another 2 shots in here. I'm gonna put another 1 shot in here because I know better. I'm already feeling it. So, Jimmy, you still over there? You still out there? I don't think I made mention. I do watch. I try to watch you guys' videos, and Jimmy, I did watch your video. Hey, Jimmy, Happy New Year! I did watch your video. I did not get a chance to comment, but I was wanting more from the competition. I know you did talk to a couple of the people who were competing, but I guess the competition probably happened or when the rain happened. I'll be completely honest with you, Jimmy. I was listening and watching as I was on my way home, but that delivery van, that like flat side delivery van, that thing was nice. Like that, put some airbags in that thing, some nice lowered wheels, clear coat that patina. That looked good. I would have loved to see more of that thing, sir. That was pretty dope. John from 4J says, morning, family. Rob says, damn, Lou. Oh, he said, he said, hold up. I'll see you. You're $10 and I'll raise you $10. Hey, Rob, man, I cannot say thank you enough to you, sir. You always help out and you always support the channel. And I am very, very grateful. I am very grateful and appreciative that you guys are willing to help me help you, and I can't say thank you enough. Night, everyone. Just checking in with Rob. I appreciate that. We about to raise the funds and super chat do a sous vide brisket. Well, Duck Papa, I do not ask for. There are certain channels that do super chats and ask for them. I do not, man. I don't ask for super chats. The only thing I really ask for you guys to do, hey, if you want to, because I can give you something tangible back. If you want to support the channel, if you really do, the only thing that I really ask for you guys to do is either send something to me for me to try, and not just me, but for myself and my kids to try, because I mean they're a big part of the channel, and I feel like that makes it real. I feel like I love doing these live streams because I get to talk with you guys, and not just to you guys or at you guys. You guys know that I answer almost every single comment, and I really like doing the live streams because it is an interaction, it is a conversation. But the only thing as far as asking is if you purchase the shirts. There were a lot of you guys who wanted, shirts and the stickers. So if you purchase the shirts and the stickers, that is very helpful. As well as if you do become a patron, okay? And the tangible thing, again, is that you get access to the videos typically 12 to 24 hours before anyone else does. And you guys also, as a patron, we can have offline discussions, and you can give me cook suggestions as well as live stream suggestions. So I think that's something tangible and that's worth it. To me, I mean, I know I like certain things. Bottle Cap says, any tips on smoking 40 chicken breasts? Not sure if I can put them in a butter bath like I do thighs to keep them keep moisture. So, Bottle Cap Barbecue, I don't put any chicken breasts in like any sort of butter or anything like that. When I do them, I just leave them sitting out on the smoker or in the smoker, and I am very mindful of the cooking temperature and the temperature of the breast. So what I will try to do is I will try to keep an eye on a medium-sized breast, okay? Because you do not want to have the smallest. You do not want to use the smallest breast that you have to tempt something, because then it'll give you a false reading, and you don't want to use the biggest breast to tempt something because it'll also give you a false reading. And by the time you tempt that bigger breast, the smaller chicken breast will be overdone. Okay, but 165 degrees every single time on a chicken breast, it'll be moist. All right, every single time. Greenhorn barbecue beer. Hello to you, sir. He made it some dry aged meat. You know what's funny? I saw a video, and it was an advertisement. It was about some dry aged bags, and I looked at it and I was like, man, ooh. I was just like, ooh. Now that's something I know I haven't done. But the only problem with that is when you dry age something, you need a big cut of meat, right? So then that's like $150 piece of meat, and I'm gonna be putting in the bag, and I gotta wait for however many, I just, ugh. When my YouTube channel grows up, I'll be able to do lots and lots and lots of other things. Okay, I promise. I'm gonna write this down though. Dry aged meats. I'm going to do it. I'm hoping I can do it. Just when my channel grows up. How much is a super shot? Jimmy. I don't look. If you care to make me take a shot, then look. I don't know. I don't want to say $10. All right, you throw $10 in the hat, I'll take a shot. But this is high test, so yeah. Conrad says, I completely get it with experimenting and costs. It makes perfect sense. I have a sous vide on the way. I finally caved after 3 years of saying I didn't need one. I cracked. You know what, man, Conrad? I tell you, in the beginning, you're going to find all types of different things to do with it. And you're going to be like, yeah, that was okay, but it's still better when I do it this way. And you're like, yeah, that was okay, but it's still better when I do it that way. And that's how I feel like. I constantly feel like I'm doing that. But there are things that I do via sous vide. Like I made some salmon for my wife, and I cooked it via sous vide. And basically it was almost like meal prepping, because I was able to cook a couple of pieces of salmon for her, seasoned it up, cooked it for her, and then she was able to eat it for lunch. Or she was able to eat it for dinner. So it was like a portion control type thing. Glam, how you doing this evening? Excuse me, sorry, I'm a couple drinks in. Let's see. All right, Jimmy says he's still here. Rob says, yes, sir, you're up next. I'll be in and out, brother. A little man is fighting me to go to sleep. I wish someone would encourage me to sleep. Sure enough. Man, it doesn't take much for me. The rain put a damn point in the cooking. I started right after I got to the cars. All right. I got you, bro. Well, that's it. You have saved me money. You know what, Rob? That's it right there. Okay, and I tell you, that's a grown folk statement, because if you can watch someone, and this is one of those things that I've had to come to the realization, and before I even get into what I'm about to say, I really just want to say thank you to you guys again. You guys are the best. You guys support what I do. You show up week in and week out, and we should breeze, and we have these deep philosophical conversations at times around barbecue, of all things barbecue, and that to me is dope. Okay, I'm a little guy. I'm a nobody. I am a regular guy, and the difference between some of you guys and me is that I just put myself out there for the world to critique. And I've got thick skin. I tell you guys I'm fat, so I have thick skin. But I really, you guys are the motivation, like seriously. All right. So I saw a dollar figure pop up, and I just know that I'm gonna need to pull out the bottle. Zach Attack says, "What's up?" But Rob says, "I've saved him money." Okay, and like I said, I was getting that. That's a grown folk statement. Because if I can help you cook something better faster, then Yeah, I saved you money. All right. This is high test here, okay? This is not the normal clear. Um, this is not the normal clear. So I'm only gonna put half a shot in here because I know better. All right. There's my half shot. Uh, let's see. Just wanna Rob Spanky. Thanks. Mm. Oh, the difference between earlier and now is just getting warm. I need to put it back in the freezer. Rich flavor. I have not. I can't. I won't say I can't get. I don't order a whole lot of seasoning. Same thing. I like the seasonings that I already use, and the seasonings that I use, and then when I don't use a seasoning that my family likes, I get pushback from them. Um, Not to say that something else won't be good. It'll just be different, and I've built my barbecue business on consistency. And consistency not only outwardly but internally in my household as well. Rob Perez says, "I see you, Robert S. I'll catch up. I'll catch you on Instagram. Now I can go to sleep." Well, how would you do a select leaner brisket to make it moist? Um, Greenhorn. What I would probably do is the the there really such a thing as a leaner brisket? Because I mean, I won't say I cook selects, but I cook choices pretty much. Choice brisket is like choice and then prime. Something a little leaner. When I did that brisket between the halal brisket versus the choice grade brisket, there was no difference. The young lady who I took that brisket to as a coworker, and when I saw her on Monday morning, she was like, "Oh my goodness, that brisket was so good." There is no having to worry about something because it's leaner. Even though it's leaner, the cuts of meat still have fat in them. They just might not have as much fat. So there's not much difference as far as protocol for doing that. At least I don't think so. I have a method to get it done, and I get it done, and that's about it, man. I don't have. All right. Spanky's like, "What do you mean? $10. Get that up." I'm behind, so just bear with me. How far behind am I? I'm about 4 or 5 minutes behind in the comments, so please bear with me. Chris Franklin, how you doing? We got Lynch in Southern Maryland barbecue. I want to get down there and visit you down in that Southern Maryland barbecue. We're gonna keep talking because I'm look, I am notorious for popping up on folks. So let me find out where you are, and you might just see me. Barbecue 951 says, "Hey Des, I just made a brisket for my job today. This is going to be a crack sample. Wish you luck." Sir, I tell you what, if you already have that mindset that it's going to be the crack sample, then it's going to be the crack sample. Because I tell people that all the time when I give them that first taste. And I give them that first taste and I say, "I'm sorry." And I kind of just walk away. And they'd be like, "What do you mean you're sorry?" I'm like, "Go take a bite. Taste it." And they'd be like, "Oh man, this is good. Now, what do you mean you're sorry? Am I eating dirt here? Or, something wrong with it?" And I'm just going to say, "I'm sorry because you're going to have a hard time finding something that good from someone else." And I usually just walk away, just like nonchalantly walk away. And it's true. Like, I feel like I've told you guys this before, but one of my cousins who's down here in Maryland, one of my male cousins, he he called me one day, and it was a deal of his mom, my favorite aunt that lives in Pittsburgh, ordered food for him to pick up on his way to Pittsburgh to take out to her. And he called me. He was like, "Yo," he's like, "My man," he's like, "My mom told me she ordered brisket from you." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Man, F you." I'm like, "What?" He was like, "Dog, I went to Famous Dave's and I was all excited about this brisket, and I had that brisket, and that ish was garbage. Like, what did you do? Like, how? Why your brisket so good and the brisket is garbage? And I was just like, sorry, B. My cousin's name is Brian. I'm like, sorry, B. He cursed me out for a couple minutes. You know, F you, man, for this and F that, and famous days and some ish and blah blah blah. I mean, and he's not the only person nor the first person to be mad at me. Time shift, man. Boa noche. Toto bem? All right. Todo bem, todo bom? Robert says, Robert P. Robert P. Is this a different Robert? We got like 4 Robert. Where are all the Erics at tonight? I only remember seeing 2 Erics tonight. We have 3 Roberts in the house tonight. Robert Peace is down to earth, straight shooter. Love you and your videos, brother. Thank you very much, man. I'm just a regular guy, man. I tell you, look, you can approach me. I told you guys on the live stream that someone approached me and saw me out, you know, when I was getting lunch one day at work, and I haven't been able to get his, his story into a video, but it'll go into a video soon. Zach Attack says, ooh, I could go for some Mountain Lightning. One more shot, $10. There's the face. Yep. Robert says, no, it's a school night. Oh man. Oh, Jesus Christ. Spangy. And you, Robert too, both of you. I guess it's Wednesday. Yes it is. Alright, so there's $20. Holy cow, you guys are killing me here. I will pour this one full. That it's real because it's getting hot now. All right. Woo. I'm gonna be talking to myself soon. Tremel Green, how you doing? Dorian, how you doing? Let's move that out the way. Man, I watched Payback Maniac. Is it fire ring on the table? You're absolutely right. Eric Smith says, hey, yo. Barbecue 951, thank you, sir. Ooh, goodness gracious. D Young says, what's up, Dash? Shout out from the Lou. How you doing? William, thank you very much for popping in and saying what's up. He says, hey, yo, what up? Toto bem, Toto. Time Shift says, so Time Shift is in Brazil. Anyone else follow Portuguese? Okay. Eric Smith says, Do Young, where you at? I'm in River 8. Let's see. Riverview. Richard from 40 West in Catonsville. He's up the street checking in. And I've talked about Richard before. Richard found my videos. He hit me up and he placed the order. And I actually catered an event for Richard. And Richard, it was cool to meet, someone who has watched the videos and has, understands what I put into these videos, and not only the videos, but into the food. And it seemed like he liked, and the brisket and the other food that I took to him was what he expected when I took it to him. So I am very happy to meet some of you guys in person, and I can't say thank you enough. D Young, all right. What up? We close? Yeah. Cheers. Ooh, goodness gracious. Y'all trying to have me under the table tonight. The witness says, what's your preferred wood to use when smoking beef brisket and beef ribs? So, the witness, I talked about this before. I don't have a preferred wood per se. My arborist just dumps a pile of wood in the driveway and then I stack it up and I cook with what I pick up out of the pile. There are different pieces where I can tell certain things are different types of woods, but I don't have I have to use hickory for this or mesquite for that. I don't do that. The wood I use primarily is oak. And that's because that is what is most readily available. The youngsters, what's good, man? I'm chilling. They trying to get me drunk tonight. Shoot. Let's see. I took one shot. I put 2 shots in the drink. I finished the drink. I took another half shot. I took a full shot, and I put another shot in the drink. And this is not the normal. This is not the normal. This is high test. Like, I have to slow down because I gotta get up in the morning. Like, y'all trying to kill me. And we got another 40 minutes. 40 minutes. Eric Smith says he's checking in before he crashed. Raspberry Rock off the grid cabin. Oh man, look, right, yo. I watched a couple of your videos, man. Dude, you are living it up in that cabin. Like, real talk. Your cabin. Like, that is what's up. Royce Doc says, my motto's on Baby Back Maniac. You know what? Since we're talking about that, I would love to finish watching that video, but I'm telling you, not too long before I started my dinner for the night, I saw that video and I didn't get a chance. Like, I had paused it right before he started talking about mine. And I was kind of bummed that because I told you guys earlier tonight, I was like, oh man, Baby Back Maniac, man. You know, I watched other videos and I sent him in a video of me and my table, and it never made it to the video. Like, I was kind of bummed, like, like, all that work I did to get that video in and turned around and edited, like, within hours of me seeing the first video. The first video was months ago, and I sent this to him months ago, and it just went up today. Now, I'm excited that it went up, but months ago when I sent it to him, I was pushing to try to get to 10,000, and I was like, "Oh man, this is exactly what I need." You know, shout out from a big channel, like, yes. And it was little too late. Anyway, I was literally seconds from seeing my video, and I just paused it and knew I had to get back to it. All right, let's see. Royce, yes, I saw that. Well, I heard because someone mentioned it, like Pimp My Grill, and I was like, oh man, Pimp My Grill. I know exactly what you're talking about. I saw, Justin from Baby Back Maniac, he posted a new video, and I didn't get it. Like, I didn't see my video yet. Like, oh, like, boo, I busted my. I'm telling you, man, you guys have no idea. I saw his video on like a Monday or Tuesday, and I came home that Tuesday afternoon, and I went outside, filmed a video talking about the grill, edited the video, like, all within like an hour. Within an hour, sent it to him, and then I sent it to him, and whatever the method that he wanted me to send it to him, I had to send it to him a different way, and then like I was sending it to him through my phone. Like, I ended up downloading the video on my phone. It was a bunch of stuff. Like, anyway, I busted my tail to get that video up because I was looking for a bump to hopefully get me to 10,000 subscribers, and that was 4 or 5 months ago. Green Horse is brisket. He uses white oak. So I use oak, and I don't know if it's white oak, but I know the difference between, and it probably is white oak. Did you know there's like 13,000 different species of oak? All right. There is a section of, I guess it's Parkville, which is just north of Baltimore, that there are like 7 or 8 different types of oak. There's like, whoever was naming this particular section, there must have been a lot of oak trees in that particular area, because my friend, either he used to live or did live on a particular oak street, and I'm like, oh my god, like, when I took food to him one day, I was like, man, there's this oak and that oak and this oak and that oak, and I'm like, damn, that's a lot of oak types of oak trees. But I know that there is, like, in this area primarily, or more prevalently, there's a red oak and then an oak, and I don't know if it's a white oak. I know a lot of folks down in Texas talk about a post oak. I've never necessarily cooked on a post oak, but I know of it. Oh, goodness gracious. So, Raspberry Rock. So, what ended up happening is what had happened was they were talking about what's it cost for me to do a shot, and the cost was $10. And yeah, yeah. I'm not. I was talking about how I don't ask you guys to do any sort of like super chats or anything like that. I like to ask you guys to support me in doing something that's tangible, or that you can get a service or good from it. Like my website, the BRBQUE.com. You can order stickers and the shirts that I normally wear. I don't have one of my shirts tonight because I have on a long sleeve T-shirt, and I don't have one handy nearby. But those shirts can be ordered. But there were a couple guys that wanted to help me out. So, yeah, it's working. The witness, it is definitely white lightning. It is moonshine. Raspberry Rock says, Dash is my new drug, man. Well, oh, that's what's up, man. What do you think of the Lang barbecue grill smokers? Are they good quality in maintaining temperatures? So the witness, I can tell you from my own personal experience, I have never cooked on one, but the people that I know that do have them love them. In particular, there is a wow, like everyone I know who has a Lang, they love them. They love them. They are workhorses. I know at least one or two people that use Langs to run restaurants, and like I think they're for what it is, for what they do. I think they're good. Oh gosh, não sei falar inglês. I guess he doesn't speak much English. Um, Good night. Just saw Justin's video. Well, Eric Gomez, thank you very much. Chris Franklin says, Dash, I have some family watching me to do turkeys this Thanksgiving. New to me. Any tips if you have done any? So, Chris, I actually have an entire video dedicated to how to smoke a turkey. It really is not that difficult. The one key or the one piece of information that I will give you that will help you is you need to cook a turkey higher, so between 250 and 300 degrees, to help crisp up the skin, versus like a 200 or 250 degrees, or like a 225 to 250 degrees to smoke anything else. The turkey requires, actually demands, a higher temperature. Getting colder out now. Should I buy a thermal blanket for his Green Mountain Grill? So Zach, so that's going to be kind of up to you. I tell you that you might not necessarily need to get a thermal blanket. You can go to Harbor Freight and spend $5 on a welding blanket, and it'll do the same exact thing. I am a firm believer in, like doing something for not as frugally as possible. I don't want to say cheap, but there where there's a grill, there's a way. Okay, is my saying. And a one of those insulated blankets from Green Mountain Grills is going to be, now, of course, it's going to be nice and pretty. It's going to be cut the exact specifications of your grill, but it's going to cost you 4 or 5 times more than what you're getting from Harbor Freight. And you just kind of let it hang. Just put it over top of the, lid, and it'll be all right, man. Just plus it's getting cold, and you just know that the grill is not going to get up to the same temperature. All right, let's see. Raspberry Rock says, I used to do shots for $5, but I was getting way too drunk. Yes, sir. I think I'm gonna have to up this a little higher. Wow, so they are really good. Yes, definitely. Thank you very much, Chris. I mean, and it's hard because I'm doing this I'm doing this live stream from my phone. And the reason I do it from my phone is because I can kind of watch the comments on my phone mobilely, and you guys can't see, but I have my hand on the screen, and I'm scrolling and able to read and pause the comments so that I can keep up with the conversation. When I've tried to do it from my laptop, for whatever reason, the video editing software has taken over my webcam, and I can't use the webcam, so I have to use my phone. I do set up my laptop, off to the side so that I can, watch the live stream to make sure that it doesn't crap out. But yeah. Smoking Goodness says, have you had any experience using a smoker with an internal firebox? No, I have not. Well, technically, yes, I guess. The 55-gallon drums, and I owe you guys, and I'm gonna write down 55-gallon drum cook. I need to resurrect and cook on one of those 55-gallon drums because there's been a resurgence of the 55-gallon drums with the not advent, but the what are those things called? Whatever those drums, the pit barrel cookers. Okay, with the pit barrel cookers coming out and hitting the market and hitting hard recently, there have been a lot of people who have been asking about cooking on a 55-gallon drum, and Tom will tell you I made a 55-gallon drum for him. It's been almost a year now, actually, and he loves his. Okay. And I loved mine because they were rather set and forget. Once you got the temperature dialed in, you could walk away from that thing for 6 to 8 hours and it would be spot on. You know, if you left it at 260 degrees in 6 hours, it might get down to 250 degrees. But anyway, let's see. Dirty Bone Barbecue says, what up? I'm glad I came across your channel. Love it. Well, I am glad you came across my channel as well. Really, I am. Tonight, I'm a little drunker than I normally am. Thank you guys for the paying for the shots. I do appreciate it. Seriously. Talking about brother. Tell me how to save them stacks. Shoot, I wish. Man, I can't save money. Me saving money is like punching my way through a wet paper bag with scissors. I just can't do it. So chicken trigger. It was the best ever. Juicy and tender. The fam are. All right. The witness says, have I ever tried? So, you can, you don't have to put SDSBBQ. My nickname is Dash. All right. If you stick around the channel long enough, you will find my government name. If you watch enough of my videos, I talk about what my government name is. But you can call me Dash. Just don't call me late for dinner. That's usually my saying. But Dash, you don't have to address me as SDSBBQ. I know there are some of you guys who might not or do not know what my name is. But those of you who have been around long enough, you know my name. You know my name. What? My nickname is Dash because I start out every video by saying, hey, yo, this is Dash. All right. So hang around the witness and watch some of my videos. Just get comfortable. Make sure you comment on the videos. So, yes, that's dope. All right. So here we go. He says, or she says, and I don't know, and I apologize for assuming that you are a gentleman. Have you ever tried Franklin barbecue? And if so, is it really that good and worth the high price he charges for it? Unfortunately, the last time I was in Austin, I did not go to Franklin barbecue. Reason being, I was told about this guy who was selling barbecue on the side of the road at a Texaco station, and I was also told and warned that if I was trying to go there for lunch, I might have a hard time because the lines are out and around the parking lot. It just so happened that when I was in Austin last, that was when Franklin was transitioning from cooking in his backyard to cooking at a small trailer or in a small trailer at a gas station in a parking lot, and I missed it. I have not been to Franklin's Barbecue. I have not been to Austin recently, and I have not ordered brisket for him to, for it to be sent out. But the next time I get to go to Austin, I plan on trying to go and partake, if you will, in some of that barbecue. I just have not been able to, have not found the means to get down there. Not for lack of trying, that's for daggone sure. My wife actually, for our anniversary, wanted to surprise me and take me down to Austin because she knows I want to get down to Austin. Bless her heart. Unfortunately, I ended up having a catering event the weekend she was trying to surprise me and take me down there. Troy, thank you very much. Yes, Chris Sanchez, a UDS. William says, Brian, to smoke a turkey over pecan. Hey, ciao. Buenas noche. Obrigado. All right. Yes, William, the clear is definitely getting to me. I will be the first to admit it. Like, yeah, definitely. It is high test. All right. The witness says, I'm new to your channel. Thank you. We'll call you Dash. Dean. All right. And in fact, a guy. Well, Dean, I will try to remember that. I cannot guarantee it, but I will try. All right. It's one of those things where you guys who are outside looking in learn one name, where I learn 4 to 5 names every time I do a live stream or do a video, and I get different people commenting or an influx of new subscribers. So, Dean, don't feel bad if I do not remember your name. I will try. I give you no guarantees, no promises, but I will try, Dean, and to remember your name as the witness. But Dean, please, just don't hold it against me if I don't. Bottle Cap says, check the stash. Yeah, it's overgrown and I need to trim it down a little bit. Has you ever had trouble getting a Christmas tree so decorated? So you decorated my beard instead? No, I have not. But you know what, Raspberry Rock? My wife has gotten to the point where she now likes to go away for Christmas, and I am okay with that. Usually we go away for Christmas. I don't say usually, but we have been going away as of late for Christmas, and I'm okay with that. Our tradition, and when it's one of those things where if you have kids, and I don't know if you have kids, Raspberry Rock, and I don't know your name, sir, please comment with what your name is. What your name is, girl? But I don't know what your name is. But we are all about experiences, and if we can take our kids for an experience or on an experience, something that they will remember and cherish for the rest of their lives, versus giving them a toy that will be broken in a month or two, that to us is much more worth it than a toy or a PlayStation. Even though I bought them that PlayStation there a few years ago. What was I thinking? Dean, thank you very much. Mr. 937 Barbecue King, he says, loves the channel. Well, I love that you love the channel. Thank you very much, sir. Simple Man. What's going on, man? Yeah, Jason, Jason, you are one of the people who I know your name, but I don't want to call you the wrong name because I've seen your videos and I know you're Jason, but it's one of those things where I'm like, is it, what? And I don't want to get it wrong. So to be completely honest with you, I just rather say, hey, it's Simple Man's Barbecue. And it's twofold, because when I say, hey, it's Simple Man's Barbecue, people know who I'm talking about and can trace it back to a channel name versus your name. I'm like, oh, it's Jason. Well, I know there's a couple Jasons here. So, all right, Bottle Cap says he's Russell, and I think I've seen and know that too. I am I'm getting worse and worse with names. And the reason I'm getting worse and worse with names is because there are more and more of you guys. And while I appreciate it, and one of my pet peeves is to get people's names correct, there are more of you guys than I can remember names for sometimes. But Jason, there's no excuse. Like, I know it's Jason. I just can't seem to not mess it up. So Dean the Witness, Lee from Smoking Bears, Jason, Simple Man, and I see, and like, these are first world problems when you get to the point where you have a lot of people who are commenting on videos and trying to keep everyone's name straight. Like, I'm sorry, I really am. Russell, who has a reputation, Russell? Nah, it's not crazy. It's definitely not crazy. Hold on, there's a pic. There it is. Let me fix it real quick. Make it a little more presentable. I love my beard, man. Like, I work hard at keeping my beard look decent. It's not easy. It really isn't. Yeah, it's not easy. What's the ideal temperature? What's the ideal internal temp for a moist and juicy smoked turkey legs? So smoked turkey legs, I would probably, I think turkey legs, dark meat can stand to be taken to 170 degrees. It's just one of those things where that dark meat, you really want to make sure it's finished, and yeah, it can stand. Again, common wisdom is 165, but it can stand to be cooked to 170, and it won't dry out because it's fattier. Greenhorn Barbecue says, "I'm Todd." Well, Todd, I like Greenhorn much better, man. Like, that's it's cooler. You did good by picking a good username. I can't guarantee, Todd, that I will remember that. But I'll try. Just be like, hey, this is Todd. Again, I can't guarantee it. Jason says, I'll tell you what, Dash, call me anything you want. Just don't call me late for dinner. Did he just use my own words, my own verbiage on me? And I know that's a pretty pretty common thing. But still, I see what you did. I see what you did there, Jason. Omar says it's age. Yeah, I agree. I am, getting to the point where I'm having a difficult time remembering all the different names. Tyrone from Dayton. I might not remember exactly where you're from, but of course, I'm sure you had a field day, and you know what I'm about to say. Call Tyrone. Call him. Greenhorn says, I like Ohio. There's another Jason floating around. Oh my gosh. Yeah, buddy. If I had a beard like that, I would go to bed with it every night. Well, you know what? Lucky for me, I get to go to bed with my beard every night. Hold on. Would you like me to stroke my beard? I can stroke it for you if you like. Damn it. Jimmy, thanks. Thanks, Jimmy. I gotta survive another 15 minutes. Oh, goodness. This guy's gonna sleep good tonight. let's see. Nostalgia Gamer says A green S white. Right rice chicken. How could you go wrong? I don't get it. Jason. There's a third Jason? Uh, Todd says, I gotta stay before I go. Your videos are the bomb. He's a subscriber. Share the barbecue love. No problem, man. Thank you very much, man. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate you guys that watch and that you comment. And I know you could be anywhere else doing anything else, but you are hanging out here with me. There are 35 of you guys hanging out on this live stream. If you have not already, please hit that thumbs up button for me. I greatly appreciate it. Not only does it make me feel better, it really does help my channel and it helps these videos. So I want to say thank you guys in advance for watching and commenting. And those of you who are subscribed, thank you so very much again. Call me Dean the Witness. All right, well, Dean the Witness, I will try. Okay, I cannot guarantee. That greenhorn is cool, definitely, Todd. But I'm gonna try to, we'll intermix the two. Look, Tyrone, he's just, shaking his head. Bushibato says, hey Todd, hope you're doing great. All right. What's in the cup? What's in the cup? There was a little bit of this and a little bit of this. All right. Because now, how many of you guys noticed I did not yawn as much as I normally would when I'm drinking the liquor? Okay. I did that on purpose, and I have a second Rockstar that I'm going to be putting in the refrigerator, and it will be like my parting gift in the morning before I go out to work. Troy says, you're still young, Dash. My daughter is 3 years younger than you. Don't try to rush the aging process. You'll get there soon enough. You know where, sir? I tell you what, I hope that I can make it there. Unfortunately, it's crazy. I actually had a loss. A friend from elementary school lost his life. He apparently lost a battle with pneumonia. And I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to go to the funeral on Friday. And I think I'm going to go. It's in Philadelphia. I'm from Philadelphia. And most of you guys know that. It's in Philadelphia. And I am going to go head up to the funeral because I know that I'm going to see people there who I have not seen in 20 to 25 years because I haven't seen them since elementary school. So this is 2019, and I haven't seen these people since we graduated elementary school in 1994. 25 years. I haven't seen some of these folks, so I am looking forward to it. Both Jasons want to know. Yep. Dash, you should try the oils and wash from the Burley Boar. Beard. So I don't use anything commercial in my beard because I make my own beard balm, and I do have a video talking about it. This is the beard balm my wife and I make. It smells like lemongrass. I sent it myself, and this is where I am. So if you look back at the video, look back in the video. The video is titled like making beard balm at home or something like that, and I talk about how we make that beard balm, and that video is good 6 months old, if not older. And essential oils and some things I won't say laying around the house because we had to get some ingredients, but check that video out. I only use the beard balm I make at home. You should try the oils. They're phenomenal. Plus, homemade by a small business. I make my own. But we here with you. Well, thank you very much, Dean. I appreciate that. Really, I do. I'm a couple minutes behind on the comments. I'm sleeping on the floor because the bed turns sideways. The lightning strikes hard. William, I tell you what, I am experienced and I know better than to go that hard with the white lightning. Really, I do. I'm going. You know, I tell you what. To be completely honest with you, I'm gonna sleep down here tonight, so I don't wake up and disturb my wife trying to go to sleep upstairs. Um, to Mr. Parker. This Nostalgia Gamer says Aquafina the best. I'm gonna get some water in a little bit, but you know what? I'm probably gonna have a hard time sleeping because I drink a daggone energy drink. Yeah, what was I thinking? Mr. Parker says, "What up, Dash? I've been on the podcast for a second. Hope all is well with you and yours." Yes, sir. I'm great, man. I am doing great. Nostalgia Gamer says I got a funeral this weekend too. The Witness says, "Go Eagles." Oh man, my hat is. I had to stand up. I got a couple new Eagles hats, and yes, fly Eagles fly. What's the best advice for someone trying to start a catering business? Be patient. That is the best advice I can give you. Yes, William. I was not West Philadelphia born and raised. I was born and raised. I was Yes, I was born and raised not necessarily in West Philadelphia, but I was born and raised in Philadelphia. All right. That does not get old. The beard is not smoked. You know what's crazy though? It probably would not take away from the scent of the beard balm if I did smoke it. Like, yeah. Pat's or Geno's, which one do I like better? Neither. Pat's and Geno's are garbage. Garbage. Neither one of them are good. They are tourist traps. Do not go to Pat's or Geno's ever. If you want a decent steak, and this is one of those places that has, I won't say excelled, but it has ratcheted up on the tourist destination spot. Max's. Max's is on Germantown and Broad Streets rather, or Germantown Avenue and Broad Street, and it was featured in one of the latest Rocky movies. Why can't I think of the name of the movie with Michael B. Jordan? Apollo or Creed? Creed was the name of the movie. So he took, I guess it was Zoe Kravitz. I think that was his girlfriend. He took her to Max's, and I approve of Max's. Though I grew up in Mount Airy, which is a section of the city, and to me, my favorite cheese steakery, and that is not a real word, steakery, but my favorite cheesesteak place is a place called Pagano's. It's on Ogontz, Ogontz Avenue. There's another place called Pagano's. Apparently, some people have gone to, and it's like in the Northeast, in the Oxford Circle. That's not the right place. That's wrong. Don't go there. I know nothing about that place. The place that I'm talking about is on Ogontz Avenue. Ogontz, Ogontz Avenue. It's called Pagano's. Paganos. So if you're ever in Philly, I recommend you go to Pagano's, get yourself a triple cheesesteak. It's going to be American provolone and cheese whiz. Yes, American provolone and cheese whiz. Just thank me later. What do you get on the steak? I did a video going to Pagano's actually a few months ago. So just search back in the archive for the videos. Yeah. Troy says it's unfortunate that as we get older, we start to lose people. Live the hell out of every day and keep your loved ones close. You're absolutely correct. Definitely cheers to that, even though I've already drank my fair share. Jack says, so Betty says you've been drinking. I am late for the live feed. Yes, Jack, I have been drinking. I've been drinking. Yes, I am. Oh, goodness. I can't even keep track of how many shots I've had. But I am, yeah. So, Jack, Betty, this is what I'm drinking tonight. But it is not the normal. It is the high test, okay? And I can attest that it is definitely the high test, and you can see in my demeanor, my actions, I'm feeling it a lot. So, Jimmy, Happy New Year, Jimmy. Thanks. I hope we have to get up too early. I get to sleep in tomorrow, Troy. I get to sleep into 6 a.m. tomorrow. Normally, my days start at about 4:15 to 4:30. Bottle Cap. Oh, crap. What was Bottle Cap's name? Crap. What was Bottle Cap's name? Somebody help me out. Oh, man. I'm scrolling back in the comments now. Bottle Cap. Russell. Yeah, thanks, Russell. I know it is. Yeah, shots fired. Jimmy says, "I'll try not to start something I can't participate in." No problem, and Jimmy, I appreciate you, man. Like, I really, really, really dig the White Lightning. Really, really dig it, and you helped. Like, you helped. Zach Attack says, "No, if you really want a good steak, come over to his house." Well, Zach, where you live, man? Have you cooked a tomahawk steak? Grown Folks Network says, "Yes, I have. I did one via Sous Vide. I've done just one straight on the grill. I just don't think I've filmed them because, and I've talked about this earlier, that a lot of times when I'm filming videos, it just it zaps the fun out of me cooking dinner because I have to film the video and then it takes longer, and then my family and my wife gets impatient on whatever it is I'm cooking. So I haven't done a tomahawk. I probably haven't done a tomahawk on camera. But I've cooked a few. Comrade, cheese whiz or no? So, Russell, if the steak is a triple cheese steak with American provolone and whiz, then yes. I don't just do whiz by itself. I just can't. I know better than that. Comrade says, "No worry about names. I can tell you all about jamón ibero de bolota. I had in Spain once, but it would take 2 minutes to come up with my coworker's name. I've worked with it 13 years. I can imagine. Got to get that kid to bed. Have a great night, Dash. Good talking, brother, man. Thank you very much, James. Seriously, thank you so very much. I really do appreciate you hanging out. Dean says, good night, Dash. I got to wake up early, my brother. Yes, I do too. Dean says, thank you for your knowledge, man. No, thank you, sir, very much for watching, making me want to talk to you about the things that I've learned. Bushibato says, night, Jason. Hope you enjoy your prize. Never told you, man, but it's Chris. All right, well, Bottle Cat. I'm going to try to remember that it's Chris. So tonight, just for example, I think I've learned 5 new names. All right, we have. I hate people who use "got" when they should have used the word "have." So we have Chris from Bottle Cap Barbecue, and that's okay because I think Bottle Cap is cooler. We have Tyrone from now I'm trying to remember the name and I can't remember. It is Greenhorn. We have Todd from Todd. Which one? Which one is Todd? Todd? No. Crap. I can't remember which one Todd went to. Butchered a live or dead animal. No Raspberry Rock. I have not. Grown Fools Network says Marlin. Oh my gosh. I'm like, y'all, why do y'all try to tell me all these things when I am seriously inebriated? Huh? Like, Marlon, I know you probably said that before, and I know that is not going to be something I can commit to memory. So we got Dean the Witness. I do remember that. I'm trying to remember that. Marlon says, have you ever been on a cruise? Yes, I love cruising. Um, we have done. I've done enough cruises to the fact Carnival cruises to the point where I am a gold member or a gold level. Like, you know, my little card is in gold. I think I talked about it when we were on our last cruise, which was the year before last. And Carnival does this thing where your what's called a sail and sign card. It's color coded. And it's color coded for the staff so they can tell how important you are on the cruise ship, right? So they can cater your experience accordingly. So if you have a red badge, this is your first cruise. If you have a blue badge, you're in that like second to like 10-day, or 10-night cruise experience. If you have a gold badge, you have like 20 plus days on a cruise ship. And we're like gold status. My kids are gold status. Okay. And it's funny because, and sorry, freaking something flying around here. My wife was in an elevator with someone, and so what ends up happening is my wife and I, because we have five in our family, and I'm trying to get the thing that's flying. Hold on. Got it. Oh, damn it. I smacked it, but didn't smack it hard enough. Anyway, because there are five of us, my wife and my daughter stay in one cabin, and my sons and I stay in another cabin. Because of that, what we do is we get keys to each other's cabins. So the keys are red cards, right? So there was a woman who was on the elevator with my wife, and we were somewhere and we were watching something on TV, and they were talking about how each badge is color coded. So uh we were on she was on the elevator, my wife was on the elevator with someone, and the woman says, "Oh, how are you enjoying your first cruise?" And my wife said, "This is my first cruise." She said, "What makes you think it's my first cruise?" And she said, "Oh, I see your red card." And she said, "Oh no, that's just a red card to get into my husband's cabin, because he's staying with my sons. I, I have a gold card here to her little blue card," and it was like boom. she she straight dropped the mic on the lady who had only been on she had been on less than 20 or 25 nights of cruising. My wife just like dropped the mic, and it was beautiful when she told me about it, because you had to be there, but it was one of those things where the woman thought she was better than my wife was, because the fact that she was showing this red card, and it was like, nah, sweetheart, like you got a lot more cruising to do before you can get to my level. So there's like that red card, there's a blue card, there's a gold card, there's a platinum card, and then there's the diamond card. My wife and I are like, we're in the lull before the platinum card, but we seem to take cruises like every other year, or we've gotten into the not vein, but we've gotten into the rut, if you will, if you can call it that, of taking a cruise every other year. So Marlon says, "LOL, sounds like my wife. You only butcher a live animal for so long." Yeah, and then it's not live anymore, right, William? He's got a point there. All right, so I just I really guys, thank you so very much for entertaining me. I have some ideas that I'm going to put down as far as video ideas, and just to go over with some of you guys who are here. First idea was creating a smoker. Second idea was versus cooks, so like blind taste tests, rubs with different rubs and or smokers, and different cooking methods with different smokers. Live cooks, you guys seem to be interested in doing and seeing live cooks. Mr. Hackett wants to see taste testing number 1 some more with the base. Someone wants to see same meats with different cookers. More lessons learned videos, some cold smoking, and update start to finish catering video. All right. Charcoal pit boss pellets. That'll probably be one of the first things that I'll do because I have the charcoal pit boss pellets. Dry aged meats and a 55-gallon drum cook. So I do hear you guys, and I ask you guys periodically what you want to see and what you want me to cook and things like that, because again, I really want this to be a conversation and not just one-sided. So I guess I'm going to be signing off at this point. I finished my my Rockstar here. Choices, peace out. Hello from Tecate, Mexico. Hola, Rick. How you doing? Eddie Wright says, checking in. What's good, man? Nothing much, man. Except I am about to sign off. Oh man, I'm done. Jack says we'll watch what I missed tomorrow. Next week I will be on time. Do not apologize, Jack or Betty. Like, don't apologize. Sir, I thank you for hanging out every time that you do. Like I say, I know you could be anywhere else doing anything else, but you made that, it's not a commitment, but you made the choice to be here with us, and I am very grateful. So thank you so very much. Marlon, thank you, sir, for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Pat Loveland says, enjoyed watching, was driving, couldn't drink or comment with. It's okay, Pat. I really do appreciate you hanging out and just being a positive, motivating force. All right, I really do. Seriously. William says, haven't been to Tecate, but I've drinking a few of them. I've drinking some Tecates as well. Let's see. Eddie says, just grabbed a new GMG. GMG is Green Mountain Grill. Green Mountain Grill is see, excuse me. That was the first one, second one of the night. Usually when I'm drinking liquor, there's a lot more of the yawns than there are, laughs and other things. Anyway, the GMG is a Green Mountain Grill. The Green Mountain Grill is a pellet cooker. For those of you guys who do not know. Raspberry says, what's your top 5 movies? Oh my gosh, man. I am a big car guy. So Smokey and the Bandit is up there. Okay. I guess like number 1, I could sit and watch Smokey and the Bandit like all the time. Friday is up there though. Now these are probably in no particular order. And the reason why these movies are up there is because they have sentimental value. Like I can trace a specific thing or a, something in my life to be, to these videos. So Smokey and the Bandit, Friday, A Christmas Story. I had it on the tip of my tongue, and then what was it? Smokey and the Bandit. Oh, Gone in 60 Seconds. Okay, the remake with Nicolas Cage. And to top it off, to round it out, I would say another movie that I could sit and watch almost every single time. And I'm going to say it's a toss-up between The Matrix and Short Circuit. Okay. And if you are familiar, I recently named the new 5-foot grill that I have, the 5-foot grill table that I have, Johnny. Okay. One, because my grandfather's name, or my maternal grandfather's name, was Johnny, and it's a 5-foot grill because it's Johnny. And 2, because of Short Circuit, because it's Johnny 5. Okay. But like, I know that I mentioned 6 movies. So Short Circuit, Matrix, Gone in 60 Seconds, Friday, and Smokey and the Bandit. Those would be like and I won't say top 5, but those would be movies that I could sit and watch from wherever they start, whenever I catch them on TV. And I'm sure I could probably, if I thought long enough and hard enough, come up with 10. Those are in no particular order. Again, they're just like movies that I could sit and watch, and not because they have some crazy significant, anything. It's just I can trace a specific moment to those movies, like a specific time in my life, rather. If you ran a smoker every day, how many cords of wood would you use per month? Island Jaybird. I probably, like, if I use Bessie every single day. I could probably go through a cord a month, but I think that it's hard to say because of the fact that I don't use Bessie that much. Like, I don't know. Like, it might be a cord every week, maybe week and a half. So probably every 2 weeks, I'd have to have another cord delivered. Rick's Barbecue Specialist says Tecate doesn't get any fresher rather, than here in the hometown of the brewery. That's what's up, Ricardo. Alan Jaber says aloha. How many? So wait, I didn't answer that. Have a good one. Well, thank you very much, Handyman. You too. Island is coming in with yes. Island J is coming in with a sobriety test for me, making me actually think. Yeah, D.O. Clays is better than not Cluton. Sally Fields was pretty cute back in the day. She's still pretty cute. Well, would be pretty cute. Man, I am a car guy, like through and through. So, car movies, car TV shows, like, oh my gosh. Back in the day, Knight Rider, Hasselhoff, and the Night Industries, 2000 or whatever it was. Yeah. I even dug chips. Like, I rode motorcycles, I won't say back in the day, but motorcycles, cars, I'm with it. Like, for real. Definitely. All right, guys. I am in need of some sleep. This is me myself. Boarded over. G bodies only. Well, nothing wrong with that, man. I like a big body on a GM vehicle. Dude, I wish I could get into racing something. Thank you very much, Raspberry Rock, man. Thank you, seriously. I appreciate you hanging out and definitely checking in. I will be doing more scoping of your channel, man. I gotta catch up. You got a lot of stuff out there, and I dig it though. I definitely dig it. I dig it. Definitely. Oh yeah, man. I know what a G body is. So I tell you, DL Clay says a Cutlass Monte Carlo, and the reason why I dig the G bodies is because I was gonna say my wife, my mom had an 80 or 84 Regal. All right, and that Buick Regal had the 5-liter engine in it, and when I realized that it had the 5-liter motor in it, or the 302, I was like, "You did what?" She sold that car. She gave it to a family friend who needed a car. And now, mind you, I was like, Mom, I would have loved to drive that car. I was all of 12 when I discovered, what that 5 liter or what that 302 was capable of. But, dog, like, I love some Buicks. I love me some Buicks. My mom has only driven Buicks. Every single vehicle she has ever owned has been a Buick. Okay? Every single vehicle. And I can tell you, every single vehicle that she has owned has been a Buick. Don't forget the Rivy, yeah, buddy. Williams has hit that 3-wheel motion. Man, I take some low ETs over 3-wheel motion any day. All right, and do the G body shuffle. All right. Don't forget the Riviera. Yep, I'll take it. Yo, cause I love the channel. By the way, was looking to start catering and ran across the channel. Well, that's what's up. Then I'm packing my shipping container from San Diego and driving here across the border. 2 trips today, 1 more tomorrow. The places he liked the Regal T type. I can't say I necessarily know what the T type was turbos, right? Dude. Eventually, when I sit on my barbecue throne, my barbecue empire later in life, I will have some of these cars that I lusted after in my childhood. But at this point, I'm broken in the smoke on the 31st of the month. And I'm not broke in the fact that I don't have. I'm broke in the fact that I take care of my obligations. It's one of those things. Pay my bills, and then after I pay my bills, I have nothing left. That's all. So, but all right, guys, I really want to say thank you so very much. And I want to thank you guys who are here watching now, and I want to thank you guys who are going to be watching in the future. I know there are a few of you who watch these videos back in their entirety. So thank you so very much for watching. Bottle Cap. He said his name was... Crap. Why can't I remember? Alright. Now do I just scroll back up and try to find out? I'm Mr. Wade from San Diego. Good night, bro. Good night to you too, DL Clay. Can't wait for the next post. Tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Eastern. It'll go live. Definitely appreciate you guys watching, but no. Bottle Cap, that wasn't Todd. Wasn't Chris. See? Yeah. Alright, guys. I am signing off before I get myself in trouble by saying the wrong name or putting the wrong name to the... Anyway, thank you guys again. I will see you next time. Chris. Alright, see, I said Todd, then I said Chris. I blame it on alcohol. Alright, I'm out. Gone for real this time.